Desmond here from Performance Destination. If you're looking to have your car tuned, whether it's on the dyno or remote, reach out to us and see what we can do for you. We meet the needs on all computer systems. Got another new car for today's session. All the way from Texas. And we are here to get this baby up and running and going and breathing and making some serious jam today. Cross fingers. You good? You good? Good? Yeah. So here we go from Texas. So it was 6870? 6875? Oh, okay. A little bit more. What size exhaust is this? 4. That would definitely help it. Help it breathe. A lot of people don't be realizing that the exhaust size makes a difference and whatnot to help a motor breathe. Even like a lot of the sport front wheel drive Honda guys, they're all switching to a bigger exhaust. You know what I'm saying? To help that turbo breathe a little bit better. Okay, so got we swapped out the last regulator, had them upgrade to the Weldon regulator. Stock intake manifold. What size engine is this? 2.0. Okay. 2.0 engine. 2150 cc's. 2200s. About the same. Okay. What kind of cams you have in this thing? S3 billet. All right. See what kind of power we make on this thing. What's the gate pressure? I think I told you to put. Did I tell you to set up a certain gate spring for that? Yeah. Hopefully you got enough gate for today. So we shall see what we're gonna do. It's on standalone AEM V2. So we're gonna try to turn it up. You know, when on these type of turbos at the power level we're going for, I would start recommending everybody start putting V-band stuff on their cars, because some of these stuff we're doing like 40 pounds, 45 pounds of boost, and eventually, you know, this, even though it can have a nice little beat on it, sometimes it blows off. And I've seen these blow off and it hit the corner and damage the pipe. So, you know, at this boost level, everything is, you have clamps on everything. Start doing V-band stuff. Yeah, start doing V-band stuff, yo. So, and whatnot. So we're gonna do a boost leak test, because he said he did it, but he ain't never see it. So we're gonna have to do a boost leak test, and if everything pass, we gotta fix nothing, it makes the day go a lot smoother. Let's see what we find. You hear that? I'm gonna spray soapy water. You hear that? Something back there hissing. Oh, that bitch screw. You know what? He was adjusting that. He was adjusting it when he was trying to set the idle. There's an O-ring in there. A rubber O-ring. The O-ring? Yeah, there's an O-ring in there. Yeah. It'll cause it to bubble like that. Sometimes the turbo will leak like that if it got an O-ring. Sometimes that's pretty common. I like to seal it off though. Put a little layer of silicone on it or something. like it might be that bit screw. It's like a little rubber O-ring. You unscrew it all the way out, pry it out, pop it, replace the O-ring, screw it all the way back down, put it in, it seals. Sometimes it gets flattened, and that's why it starts leaking like that. But I don't know how much of a big deal it's gonna be for today though. So, all right, so we're gonna set this one up, get this up and running for him. We're gonna test to see how it is currently as is before I even start getting in there, start doing anything with the file or the tuning. See how it performs, and then go from there. You know, so we're gonna get this one dialed in. Hopefully, we can have some good success with this. We had a little bit of a leak on the screw, but I think we should be good overall. So we're gonna take a look and see how everything fires up as is. Okay, let's see. Oh no, it's not happy at all. It's not happy at all. Let me stop before I think let's get this car rich. I found the plugs. So let's set up the tune and go from there. All right, let's try this again. Yeah, something gotta be off with these injectors. Fire right up. Take 1000. All right, then we got it figured out now. Let's give this another try. Car's misfiring. I don't know if it's coil pack related. I do have factory coils. I could test the coils and see if that's the cause too. Yeah, your stuff can reach maybe factory length. Maybe this one is not. That one's way too low. This one would possibly reach. I don't know. All 3 cylinders are hot. This first one, I can put my hand right on it, and it's not hot. So this first one's not alive. Could be. I've had it before where the pins in the coil pack and whatnot be the problem. Or what we could do is we could probably swap them around, see if that one turns that cylinder on, see if this one turns this cylinder off, and whatnot. Like if I fire up again, swap them around, let it run for a little bit, I'll be able to know right away if that get hot, because I'm putting my hand on it. I can't do that for the other ones, but I can put my hand on this one and it's not getting hot. So I'm just gonna swap them around, see what the culprit is. I'd rather do all that than try to dig into all wiring and fuel and this and that. But that's the problem, is that. So what we did was we swapped. We changed the plug over, put that one over there, and it didn't work. So we changed the coil to this position, this one to this position. We're gonna fire up again and see what it does. Just so we know, and that would tell us if the cylinder lights up and starts heating up, then this coil is bad, and we'll see this way and whatnot. I had a mean misfire, so that's why I knew what was going on. But we shall see soon. Put the timing gun light on here, so that would really determine if it's that cylinder for spark, or if it's on the spark side or the fuel side. Crank it up, give it some throttle, keep it alive. All right, so one injector is not pulsing, so So we're going to try to get it to unstick and get the body moving on this injector again. So I got some ways to try to get it to unstick, so we shall see. Hopefully, at least. Alright, so I got the body pulsing again. Brought this injector back to life. And now it's I can hear the valve moving up and down, so I'm gonna get it to move a little bit more freely. This way it's I don't know if it was stuck or it was grime or whatever like that, but I'm gonna get it to move a lot more freely. So when we put it back in the car, that cylinder is gonna light back up. All right, let's try this again. Now the injectors are clean. Let's see. Okay. And it's a lot. It's on its own. So right now, temperature is getting a little hot on there. It's at 221. So now we're gonna see if it's air pockets. If this thing has air pockets, the temperature is gonna drop immediately. Go ahead and fire it up. All right, fire it up. No gas. All right, first little rib, 439, 393 foot-pounds of torque. Not bad. It hit a boost cut, so I asked him what wastegate springs he has in this. He said he doesn't know, so I had to set the cut low to know where I'm going, because those are the things I need to know, and I set in the safety parameters in there so it can help catch it before over boosting. So I made some adjustments, little adjustments, raised the limiter up a little bit, cleaned some fuel up, and then we're gonna make another run, and let's see what it does over the next one. So that was another boost cut. I raised the boost cut up and hit again. I don't have any settings yet on the boost controller for the duty to control it. That was 603, 511, and I still haven't given it anything yet. So I'm hoping that the wastegate the valve is not staying shut. So what I'm gonna do now on this next pull, I'm gonna disconnect the boost controller. I'm gonna disconnect this. I'm gonna make another run with no boost control on there, and let me see what it truly does on gate, and see what's what, because I'm setting the cut. The cut's starting to get a little higher, but it's not plateauing on the boost. So, but it's getting there. You know, 600 at 6,200 RPMs. So I haven't even got up there yet. So I might go to like 995, depending where we at on power. So it's gonna feel really damn good once I get this thing figured out what's going on with the boost control. So I'm gonna keep chucking at it, because you know what? These guys came from Texas, and I'm gonna make something work for them so they can go home with a strong car. Appreciate everybody who travels the distance to work with me. So we're gonna end this night short. We got some things on he wants to fix while he's down here. He's gonna be in Tampa, so he's gonna fix some stuff, replace his wastegate. Like his wastegate valve is not opening. Boost controller disconnected. It kept on over boosting. So that's why it just peaks and then, you know, hits a cut. So we finish it right at a 757, 621 foot-pounds of torque. And that's a nice little incline. It hasn't even laid over yet to carry its power band out. And it's gonna feel really good once we can rev it all the way out and make sure it feels nice and healthy from start to finish. Probably take this, we'll see what 9,000 looks like, or then we also see what 9,500 looks like, and then see what kind of power. And hopefully if the boost holds, doesn't fall off or drop, this should be a very nice broad fat power band. But for what it is right now, we're gonna leave it right here, fix and address the things we need to fix, and not take any short steps. And then we'll revisit this hopefully this week or very soon and go from there. Let's see what we're talking about. Ooh. It's correct. Oh, bro. What's going on? It's correct. Yeah, that's it's a strong crack. So originally we thought the gate was not opening. Well, it wasn't opening. Now, like if I hold it, if I go up and down, it's good. But when I was inside there just now, it was binding up, like on the diaphragm. But now it's good. It was like binding up. Even if I go, the crazy thing is, even if I go upside down, it still compresses back. But damn. That right there is an issue. That's a big issue right there. Damn. So I'm trying to get this going for him. The valve is very free floating. There's no issues there. Like the valve slides in and out smooth. There's nothing on the valve's stem itself to keep it binding up. It's really smooth. So yeah, you gotta crack a turbo manifold. I just wanted to see the diaphragm. I just wanted to get something going for him. I'm trying my hardest to, you know, meet the needs of his goals. It's kind of hard, being that, you know, whatever problem arises, but I'm gonna try and see if I can make something happen for him. And if not, then I give it my all. So we'll see. All right, so we changed the gate out. Put just a whole new different type of gate on there. Put a Turbo Smart on there. I wasn't too confident in what he had, so we're going to test it out. We're gonna unload it off the trailer. I'm gonna do one hit on the street just to make sure it holds good. I'm gonna data log it, make sure if it just holds gate pressure. If it overboosts, then I'm not too sure. Gotta revisit something else. The boost controller is disconnected, the lines are plumb right, and it shouldn't overboost. So we're going to start it up, test out the cold start, make sure everything is solid, because we're gonna try to make sure to get this car right all the way around. Let's give this thing a shout. Look at that. Fire up on a dime. Nice. Oh yeah. Let's get this baby rolling. There we go. back down, get everything straightened out on the dyno, get the car straight, strap it down some more, nice and tight. We are ready for another attempt at this, you know. This guy came a long way, and I'm not trying to have him leave with any half-done service. I'm putting all the effort. Hope that he's enjoying this. Hope that he's able to appreciate this. I try to do this for everybody. A lot of the times, this probably could have been a lot quicker and easier depending on if the car came more set up and more ready. I did a lot of looking over mechanical stuff, setting up, testing this, boost checking, coolant bleeding, wrenching, everything. A lot of it more than just tuning. So let's see if we can get this iron out. Let's see if we can make a number today. Let's see if we can make some power today. And let's see if we can have him going back home happy today. I took this car on the only reason why it's on the dyno now, I went on a test drive on the street after we put the new wastegate in there, and it didn't overboost. So I still have the boost controller disconnected right here. So it didn't overboost, but it does have a crack at that wastegate flange, so it's not going to have as much pressure on the gate to open it up earlier. So it may open up a little bit later. But as long as it doesn't overboost, I'll kind of play with it a little bit. And I already told them to get a new wastegate. We're going to upgrade to a new wastegate, new blow-off valve. We're going to upgrade to a new turbo manifold, and we're probably eventually going to put this on Haul Tech. Because a lot of this stuff he has on here is causing the issues, it's outdated, and I want to make sure we get him in the right direction, the performance destination way. All right, so I didn't do a full run. Just wanted to make sure fuel is going in the right direction. I got to put some more fuel in it now, because, you know, now I'm getting the territory where I wasn't operating before. But 894, 672 foot-pounds, and still, look at that incline. It's still going all the way up. Getting there. Started going a little lean towards the tip, so I pulled out. You know, I want to let out. I didn't want to hurt anything, so throw some more fuel in it, clean up the transition, and we're gonna try it again. Right there, knocking at the 900 right now. So the incline is still there. Torque is still inclining, horsepower is still inclining. So that means we're there, we're getting there. So I stopped at 7,000 RPMs. Right now I have the rev limiter set at 92. So we'll see. Let's see how, if I can make a clean hit and the AFRs look good the whole way, I'll stay in it. Let's see what it does. But I let out because I didn't want to run the car lean. So let's see. That was a spicy run, that last one. We're at 914, 655 foot-pound of torque. I could get this thing, it feels good, but I can feel it's a little lazy because of that gate, because of the wells in that manifold. To be honest with you, I typically won't be doing this. You know, I know this guy's family, and you know, he came from a long distance, so I'm doing it for him. Typically, if you have a problem on your gate, I wouldn't even touch it. Fix it, replace the manifold. I already told him, upgrade that turbo manifold. Do not try to weld it. It's going to break in another section, another part. It's going to break. Just get a new manifold that fits better, that holds up to the temperature. But power band's starting to look nice. Look at that. We're getting there now. It took a very, very long time. This is our first run where we went and then where we started to get into. You know? So it's going in the right direction. It's going in the right direction. We just got to give it some more. I let out on that pass. I saw it. It was trailing perfect, like 11.2 AFR, and then I saw it lean out. So I clutched in real quick, let out. So, you know, hopefully it ain't doing no weirdness. So we'll try it again. I've already made some adjustments, and we'll see. Try to rev it out. Try to get a little bit more fuel up top where it needs it. Transition the shape down low, and let's see where we land on this baby today. So we finished this one righteously. We went through a lot of hoops. I went through a lot of hoops trying to get this thing right. I was not trying to give up to the last minute. And I think we have found the limitations of the problem. I think we've been found the limitations of the problem. But I just kept on working through. You know, this way when he goes back, that he can continue working on the car. I think we maxed out his fuel pumps. He's at like 914, and we're out of. We have injector duty still, but I think the car is starting to drop fuel pressure. It's running away. I threw a little more fuel in there, kind of play with the fuel pressure a little bit, try to get it to hold out best as can. But he really needs to get some bigger pumps on here. That's the main thing. He maxed out these pumps. I think they're a dual 450 with a higher fuel base pressure I have on there. But it needs more, you know, it needs more on there. It's just not enough. And like, it keeps wanting to, the fuel is running away, is leaning out. He has a bulletproof double pumper 525s at home. But as he was coming, he said it wasn't getting delivered in the amount of time that he was coming down here to Florida. So he's gonna go back home. He is going to do the 525s, he told me. He's on the AEM V2. It works flawlessly now, works great, fires up, cruise, everything is peach now. But the problem is, if anything happens to this computer, AEM is no longer servicing them. There is a third party that does fix them and service them, but AEM is no longer giving support to these. So I told him, you know, if you upgrade those fuel pumps, the car is gonna need to get retuned. If you once you get a new turbo manifold, the car is gonna need to get retuned. You might as well do it on the Haltech if you're going to go that route. Then worse than doing all this and something happens to the computer, who knows? Because he got some stuff going on electrically in this car. He has a kill button or kill switch to turn all the power off. Because if you just turn the key on to the key off, the ECU still has power. Like the standalone still has power. The fans are constantly still running. It still has power. So I'm pretty sure he has something electrically going on with this car. So it wouldn't be a bad idea just to him to go through everything with a fine comb, iron out everything. He needs a better turbo manifold. He needs two bigger fuel pumps. I probably will put this on better injectors. He needs the bulletproof hanger that he already has at home. He needs, you know, he could stay with the turbo he has. It all depends on the goal in mind. If this is his goal, you know, another 86 more horsepower, you know, we would be at 1,000. You know, we're shy of that. So I don't know his goal. I think his goal was somewhere in the 900s or upper 8s. So I was just working at it the best I can to give him the full potential of what we're working with here. But I think I'm gonna call it a wrap. And you know, and he literally has his family and trailer and everything out there loaded up, because when he leaves here, he's going back to Texas. So I told him, just stay here as long as possible. Let's get this car worked out. Let's get this car ironed out before you leave to go to Texas. It's way different. I do these cars remotely all day, but it's way different when it's in my hands and I can kind of hear it, smell it, see it, feel it, and go through the whole rhythm. But I think he's happy. I think he's happy that I didn't give up on him. I think he's happy that I kept on working for him. And I think he's happy that this car is good. So we're gonna take it off, maybe go for a little test drive. Let's see what it feels like, you know, and go from there. Well, I'm tired. So overall, the whole session, you know, today went a lot better. Wasn't bad that the first day, but we had a lot of what we were doing all in one day, which turned into a heavy day because we're doing, like I told you, working on the car, fixing it, adjusting it, injector getting stuck, unstuck, getting that working again, and working through all the bugs and fully tuning it and taking it back and taking it home same day requires a lot of patience and energy for one. We got it ironed out. I think the main thing I said, if we could make a full pull where it doesn't hit no cut, I think we'll be good. I think, like I said, I think you need to get a new manifold, new gate. Oh, that gate, you can still use, you can use that gate. You can use that gate. That gate sealing is working fine. Up to you. Definitely new manifold though. Definitely new manifold. And I'll get with me on the brand, and I'll tell you the kind that would fit good, seal good, and also helps you make more power and spool the turbo better. Today, so we finished at 914 and 655 per pound of torque. Now, do I think there's more in it? I definitely think there's a lot more in it. I definitely feel like what you're working with has a lot of variables, a lot of things going on. I feel like when you lose fuel pressure, you lose power. Don't get me wrong, power band comes in nice. It's flat, nice and broad, but right towards up in here, I saw the AFRs running away. So that's why I couldn't rev it out anymore. So like, if this car had more pressure, more pump, and I was able to keep revving it, even at the same boost level, just keep revving it, this car would be, I personally feel like this would be in the upper 900s to 1,000. You're 86 horsepower away from 1,000. That ain't really nothing. You know what I'm saying? I could do that by working down low harder and let it ramp in a lot harder, and get the torque up there. I think you're there. I don't even know if the goal was 1,000. To be honest with you, I don't even know what the goal was. I was just trying to keep at it and maximize everything safely and at its full potential. It's a nice power band, nice curve. It's just, I feel like you could have more. The turbo could spool more a lot earlier with fixing that wastegate flange, because we're making that power pretty high up in RPM. You know what I'm saying? We're making that power, that torque pretty high up in RPM. You know what I'm saying? If we could just kind of shift that power to get to there a little bit sooner, it'd be good. Don't get me wrong. I went on the street just now before I put on the dyno, before I started working up this high, and it felt crazy. So I know with this right here, it will feel stupid. As a street car, it's gonna feel insane. Once you put some better tires and get your suspension, your alignment, and corner balance, people forget that. They want power like this, but then the car and the self can't handle power like this. It takes a nice setup when you hit that throttle and it goes straight. I already hit your throttle on this car and it took me left, right, all over, and I kept the steering wheel straight and it took me all over the place. Yeah. So I know this thing is violent. So like, just be mindful of that. Definitely need more fuel pressure. I'm glad you put the welded in there. You probably would never even got this far if you didn't put that in there. 100%. 100%. Because if I saw that it was dropping fuel pressure or sensed it the first night when we were tuning, I would have told you, yeah, you can do this, that, and the third, but you're still dropping fuel pressure. You have to take it back home. So it's a good thing you put that welded in there, because that might have had saved you to prolong it this long before getting there. But it's not bad, bro. It's not bad. Like, you can still keep the same setup. If you want to keep the same stock intake manifold, keep it. You can do a ported one, cut it open, port it out, this and that. That's what I have one at home I was working on. I feel like stock manifolds could make good bottom end, but eventually it will start choking up top. But I feel like it's still good. A lot of people, they don't see the value in stock intake manifold because they be trying to go to like bigger, but bigger sacrifice your bottom end torque and then your spool for when you get bigger. Will you make more power on a bigger manifold? To be honest with you, I don't know. It's one of those things where you have to run it like this, swap the manifold, put it back, put it on the dyno, make another run, and see how it overlays. It may lose some here, and then all of a sudden it picks some up on the top end. It could be like that. But it all depends on what you're using this car for. This is a street car. This is good power band. It's good power. The only thing you just need this power to start cooking earlier. That's all it is. You need this power to start cooking earlier, and and hopefully sometimes the turbo could be okay, but you don't even know. Sometimes without even knowing, the turbo could be shot. The turbo could be hurt. Sometimes I've had guys come through and at a certain amount of power, I think we're good at this boost. At the boost level, the horsepower, I feel like we're good. We're at 45 pounds on this, where I think roughly that's a good place for that turbo, because that's an older precision. And it looked like it's an open. open scroll. So it's not like divided or twin scroll, anything like that. It looks like it's open. So you can do two things. This is what I would do if I was you. You can get a different manifold. 100% get a different manifold. Go V-band. Go T4 V-band, not T4 4-bolt flange, T4 V-band. Change the turbine housing. Go V-band that too on the turbine housing, and go with that. I guarantee you, the car this turbo is going to spool a lot quicker, and then the back end is going to look crazy on the power band as well. So that's what I would do. And then get, like I said, I don't know the good condition of the coils. I probably would get to it. I'm just saying, I'll probably get to injectors, because if you came in with a dead injector, I don't know how that thing went dead. I'm pretty sure it could gunk up and go there again. Make sure all your lines are PTFE. That's probably why it got gunked up. That's probably why that injector got clogged. And the cooling system. Okay, the biggest thing on this car is every run I did, that cooling system spiked hard. And then after I come off that run, it starts trickling back down. Or if I turn the car off, I can count for like 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And I turn the car back on, the temperature could be hot, and they go like this. And it starts dropping fast. So that tells me something in your sub is not efficient. I will also check your head studs, because if your temperature spiked that fast, it could be a little bit of that cylinder pressure is leaking into the coolant jacket, and it's heating it up. And that could be why your temperature gets elevated, and then when I let off, it cools off. So I've had guys come in before and kept on running hot like this. I say, hey, pull the valve cover off. Let's check your head studs. Oh, no, it's brand new built. All right, let's check it anyway. Go to check it. I'm making turns, and it's not even clicking. So you could have also loose head studs on this. I had a car, Blue Evo. We made over 1,000 on his as well, and I started seeing signs from temperature getting elevated, and sure enough, after like a month or two after he looked into it, he called me back. He's like, hey bro, you're not gonna lie, I'm not gonna lie, the machine shop or whoever built it, they left a few of the head studs loose, and sure enough, tighten it back down and whatnot, because I'm not the one checking over this stuff. I just hoping that when y'all come in, y'all have y'all stuff together and whatnot. So overall, this feels good. I'll unstrap it. You know, if you want, you could probably make a soft hit on the street, and then you can load it up, and then you can go. So, but yeah. So what you want to do about the gate? Stopped halfway. Heading back to Texas. Yeah, tell me, how was your overall experience with today? Or the overall tuning experience, period?
Man, I'm satisfied because, man, we had a rocky road, man. But pushing a lot of power.
Yeah.
I gotta tighten up a few
loose
ends.
You sure do.
We're gonna be there.
All right, bro. So where you coming from?
Texas.
Texas, bro. How long was that drive?
13 and a half.
Oh my goodness. Damn. Well, boy, get back safe.
Yes,
I appreciate you coming through and working with me, man.
Appreciate you too.
All right, bro.
Thank you.
Things are a beast. Welcome back to the channel. This is Desmond Pierre here at Performance Destination. We had a very unique car that came all the way down from Texas to Florida, the Dyno tune with us, and what an experience that was. Whether we went through everything up, inside and out on this car, more beyond of my scope of what I'm supposed to do. I just handled the tuning end of things, but you know, he came the distance, and I wanted to make sure he had a good first time experience with me, make sure I go through everything, set everything up for him, show how everything works, show him why this was running like this, why that wasn't working, why the car wasn't starting before. He didn't have no goal. He just wanted to make sure the car runs good, runs strong. It is on a 68 72 Precision. It might be a Gen 2 or Gen 1. I don't know if they came out with a Gen 1 for those, but for sure it's an older model. So in the beginning we had some problems with his wastegate, where his wastegate wasn't cracking open. It wasn't opening. It's so like it kept on over boosting. So I kept on hitting cut, and I couldn't get it to plateau where I wanted it because they kept on hitting cuts. So I told them, let's stop. I know you're here for a little bit. Fix everything you need to fix. Let's get back on the dyno after you make some adjustments, after we kind of go through some stuff, because it was getting late that day and I was there from morning till 8 o'clock at night, and trying to iron out as much as I can with the energy that I have. But I'm glad that we did it that way, because we stopped. We saw some things that we wouldn't have saw that night, and come to find out, he actually has a crack on his manifold where the gate is placement. So I told him that's also going to affect you for spool, the power coming into the power band. It's also going to also affect that wastegate opening as well, because if a lot of your exhaust pressure is leaking out of that crack, it's not hitting the gate flange to open the gate. So it's, instead of it's pushing on it, it's leaking out of the crack. So I told him, you want to fix that, don't weld it, don't try to fix it up like that, just get a new manifold, a good proper manifold. I already told him which ones to go with, told him to swap out the turbine housing as well, go with something different there. You know, he did all this with a stock intake manifold. The car performed very, very well. Once we got everything figured out, once we got everything figured out, we were able to make a full hit. Then we started running into other problems now, where now the car's making power and he doesn't have enough fuel demand to keep up with the power that he's making. So right at 914, 655 pound of torque, I had to stop it there. I revved it right at like 7,900 RPMs, 8,000. He didn't have enough fuel out of his pumps. His pumps, I could tell the fuel pressure was kind of dropping off. I verified it, I seen it. The car has good injector duty still, but the pumps was losing its flow. It already reaches max, and I couldn't give it anymore. I couldn't work anymore. I couldn't rev it out higher. Couldn't nothing, because it was trailing a good AFR, and then it tries to run away, and I have to clutch in and and aboard the run. So I said, hey, the car's making good power. Power band looks nice and broad. It builds nicely. I told him I think you have more in it just as is. Even if you fix the manifold and fix other little things, doing a full run on the same setup, I think we probably could be in the upper 900. I would probably say this is a solid 865 to this is a solid 965 to 970-ish, I would say, as is. I think trying to get to that 1,000 range would be pretty much max effort. Like, this made this pretty smoothly. This is roughly around 45 pounds of boost on this car, this setup, but it's working flawlessly. He's happy with it. We went for a street pull. Street pull felt crazy. You got to have your car set up for this power band, or for this power level, because if your car is just a regular Evo with regular tires, stock wheels, and you're making this kind of power, and you got no suspension, you don't got none of your stuff that you're gonna have to keep that stability straight, you are going to be fighting the road. And when we went for a street drive, and I took it for a street drive myself, I was fighting the road left and right. So you want to make this kind of power, but you want to keep it planted and go straight as best as you can. So but this is good. I'm happy with it. He's happy with it. I'm glad that we stopped it, revisited it again 2 days later, put it back on the dyno, made the power, revved it all the way out, made about 45 pounds of boost, holding it steady all the way. But I think he has quite a few things for cooling system. Every time you make a pass, the coolant was getting a little hotter. As soon as you let off, it cooled off. I think he needs to check that. I don't know if he checked his head studs. There's a lot of variables into this that you want to check over before tuning, and making sure it is 100% before you coming to a tuner, or any tuner in my shop, wherever, remote tune, travel tune, anything. Make sure these cars are 100%, because to be honest with you, the results, we could have achieved these results the first night, and we could have achieved these results within way sooner of a time than going through all the issues and ironing it all out. I get it. Sometimes when people don't have access to certain technicians or shops to work on the cars, and whatnot, I have no problem helping out, but just try to do as much as you can. This way the process is a lot smoother and easier from my end, your end, and you have an overall good experience here. If you too would like to work with us, whether it's on a dyno, whether it's remotely, or whether it's travel tuning where we can come to your city, your state, your country, then give me a call at 941-268-7493 or reach me on all platforms of social media at Performance Destination. Let me help you achieve the same goals and the same results. Thank you for watching. Till next time.